I need to say congratulations to those who have made it so far from the application phase to the interview level. Man, do you know how many people applied? Do you know that 80% of the applications don't make it to the interview level? That is because of the limited number of slots. So for you to be longlisted, shortlisted, whatever it is they did to get you to be part of the interview, you deserve an A+. Like, you did great. You actually did great to get to that level. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Chris. You're welcome. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. Today's video, I want to share with you guys what my Chevening interview experience was like. So if you're looking forward to attending the Chevening Scholarship interview, if you were selected, if you had progressed from the application stage and you're now preparing for your interview, you definitely do need to keep watching this video. And if you know any other person who is going to attend the Chevening interview as well, do well to forward this video to them, because I'm going to be sharing my experience with you guys so you know what it was like. My interview was when the COVID-19 pandemic started. I had an online interview, so do stay tuned, don't go away. If you're yet to subscribe to this channel, you should subscribe. And when you do, please click the notification bell so that you will not miss valuable content such as this one. If you do value my content, kindly subscribe and then also like. Let's get right into the video. My Chevening interview experience, I've already shared a bit of the story. When my Chevening application was progressed to the next level, to the interview level, I was notified via email. And then the email directed that I go and book my interview. And I first of all booked the interview to go to the British High Commission in Abuja. But apparently a week to my interview, I was called by the program officer in Nigeria, the Chevening program officer in Nigeria, that my interview is going to be online on Skype because of the COVID-19 pandemic. I prepared for the Skype interview. On the day of my interview, in the morning, like 2-3 hours before my interview, the program officer called me again and informed me that my interview has been postponed indefinitely because the facilitators were not available. Lots of other people's interview were postponed as well. My interview was postponed for like a month or so or more. My initial interview date was like in March, and then the next time my interview was scheduled, it was in May. So that took like a whole long time. The wait period, I didn't even know what to believe. At the point I was thinking, has the scholarship been cancelled? Are we still going to go ahead? Has the pandemic stopped? There were so many things going on my mind. And that brings me to a bonus tip that I have for you guys at the end of this video. So you definitely do need to stick around. If you think that the university that you included in your Chevening Scholarship application isn't what you want, is not offering what you want, if you want to change your university, then you definitely do need to stick to the end of this video, where I'm going to tell you how you're going to do that. This is because of the COVID-19 pandemic, so many things have changed. So many schools have changed their policies. Some students in some schools are not satisfied with what they are getting. So you need to research and inquire about the kind of experience that your school is giving to students, especially during this pandemic, the school that you choose. And if you find out that there's something that you don't think you like, there's something that the school is not doing to cater for the interests of students during this pandemic, then you need to change that school. And if you need to change the school in your Chevening Scholarship application, then I'm going to share that tip at the end of this video. During this 1 month break, when I was waiting for my next interview, I was being updated every like 2 weeks or 3 weeks. They'll send us an email and say, "Kusema, don't worry, I know you're expecting to have your Chevening interview. We are trying to put logistics in place and everything in place to make sure that you have your interview. Don't worry, we'll update you as circumstances develop." So I later got an email that I should book my interview again. So I had to book my interview twice. And then I booked my interview for 14th of May, I think, if I'm not mistaken, 14th of May at 1 p.m. My friend Hawa got the same interview date. She booked for 8 a.m. She was the first person for that interview. Let me know if you want me to bring Hawa onto this channel to share her interview experience, because I believe that because I got to prepare for the interview with Hawa. She had lots of influence on me. Hawa had so much information. Let me know in the comment section if you want Hawa on this channel. Let me see how I'm going to, if the lockdown will permit, to bring Hawa to come and tell us success tips for the Chevening interview. I booked my online interview, and then before the interview, there's so many things you need to take into consideration. So you need to do the following things that I'm about to say before the Chevening interview, before your interview date. The very first thing that you should do is find out what platform it is. You know, the first time they told me it was going to be the Skype. The second time it was going to be Microsoft Teams. If you don't have a Microsoft Team in your laptop, you have to download it. If you're going to use your phone, you have to download it on your phone. If it's going to be Zoom, then you have to download the Zoom app on your phone and input your details and make sure that everything is ready before the interview date. You have to check the devices that you're going to use. Are you going to use a phone? Is your audio good? Is your camera good? Are you going to use a laptop? Is the camera on your laptop good enough? Are you going to be able to have good sound, good audio on your laptop to be able to communicate properly? Because in as much as you have so many things to tell your interviewer, if they cannot hear you, if they cannot decode what you're saying, it's just going to be a waste of time, and you don't want to waste your time. I do not want you to waste your time. So guys, make sure that your device is in good condition. And you know, there are some devices that cannot draw proper internet. You may be in the same location with somebody and the person with another device has better internet connection than you. Yes, it happens. So please make sure that your device is good. At least if your device can stream 4G, that is perfect, okay? Because you're sure that you will not have any internet issues. So for me, I knew that my house, because already we were in a pandemic and I was working from home, so I didn't have to go to work, and I usually had internet issues when we have meetings. I found out that my internet will be reconnecting and breaking out and cutting off and all of that. I told myself that I cannot gamble. This is a lifetime experience and I cannot use my hands to spoil it. You don't want to use your hands to spoil your interview experience. So what I did was I went searching for internet. I went to different places. I went to some libraries to check how is their internet connection. I went to some locations. I even opted to pay for a hotel room at Sheraton just to stay for my interview. But they rejected or they refused. They said that, you know, hospitality businesses were not open as at that time because, you know, the government didn't allow them. But they actually proposed that if we didn't have any other option, they could make room for us to come and use one of their internet facilities at Sheraton Hotel. So that's how far I went just to ensure that everything went on smoothly. You cannot gamble. This is a lifetime experience. Being shortlisted for interview is a milestone already. So you don't want to use your hands to crumble the success that is already waiting for you. After exploring all the options, I just had to call the IT guy in my office. My office wasn't really open because we were all working from home. But I knew that my office was quiet, it was serene, and I needed a formal background. So I needed to use the library in my office. Apart from the fact that I needed a formal background, I didn't want to gamble with the internet in my house. So I called my IT guy, explained everything to him. He said, okay, that morning he was going to come switch on the internet for me so that I have my meeting. Even at that, I still had a backup. In fact, I had the internet on my phone, on mobile data. I had my Wi-Fi. I loaded it. I didn't want any stories. But guys, there was still stories. So when your village people are working against you, when your village people are after you, you will know that you need to do extra. You need to be extra careful. Even with my different internet options, after I had called the office, they came to put on the internet for me. My interview was by 1, so I logged on like 5 minutes to the time. And then my panelists came on, 2 guys and 1 lady. Funny enough, my program officer from Nigeria keeps on telling me that one of the panelists is always asking about me. How is Kuseme? How is Kuseme? I'm like, oh my God, it makes me feel so like, I must have made so much impression during the interview for her to remember me till today. So guys, that is how much you need to leave an impression on the panelists. So there were 2 guys and 1 lady, and it's the ladies that have been asking, after me. Obviously, there was one moderator, and then there was another person listening in. She didn't have to participate, but she listened in throughout the interview. I'm going to definitely do another video talking about all the interview questions, because I don't want this video to be too long. I need you to just take one bit of information at a time so that you will not be so confused with information. I'm definitely going to take my time and break the interview questions down and how you should answer these questions. The person who was the moderator, he asked me about myself, he asked me about, just interacting. And then before we now entered into the questions, they will read out the terms and conditions for the Chevening Scholarship for you and ensure that you accept. And then we went through the questions. Tell us about yourself. What course did you choose? What school did you choose? Why did you choose this course? What are the problems in your field? Like, there are so many questions. I don't want to rush when I'm making a video on the Chevening interview question. So don't worry guys, we're definitely going to get there. And if you know that you're yet to subscribe to this channel and you don't want to miss that content, now is the time to subscribe. Also, don't forget to like this video, because it's going to get to more people that need this content. Let me know what video you would like me to make after now. If it's going to help you, drop it in the comment section. I'll definitely do that just for you, because I'm here to serve you guys. So I need to do content that I know that you want. I'm going to gist you guys about the internet issue. My interview was going smoothly. I don't even know what happened. I started hearing, if you're on Teams, you get a signal when your internet connection is dropping. I just started hearing that there's a I was disconnected though. In fact, I didn't even hear what they were saying again for like 2 minutes. No. I immediately switched to my internet on the phone. I put on my mobile data. I connected on my laptop. If it wasn't God, I would have been so anxious and I would have forgotten everything I wanted to say. But I quickly switched on my internet on the phone. Imagine I did not have my phone handy. Imagine I didn't have a Wi-Fi. Guys, you need to be prepared. You need to make all the options available to you, because if my internet didn't work out well, it wouldn't be their fault. Okay, they wouldn't have heard what I wanted to say and all that. So I quickly connected back with my mobile data, and I got back, and then I was like, I'm so sorry, I went off for a while, my internet connection had issues. Could you repeat the questions again? Just the part that I didn't hear, because obviously I was talking and I was disconnected, so they didn't also hear me and I didn't also hear them. So they were very kind to repeat the questions. They know that you are under pressure, so they're not going to put you under more pressure. They're just going to tell you to calm down, take some water if you need. I'm actually very thirsty right now. Now that they're saying take some water, I need to take some water. So they ask you to take some water if you need to. They will help you to calm down and you don't have to be anxious about it. I was a bit anxious, but I tried as much as possible to calm myself, because I know that anxiety was not going to help me. It was just going to ruin things for me. So at the end of the interview, they asked me if I had any questions. Like I always say, if you've watched every other video of mine of interview tips, I always say, make sure you ask questions at the end of every interview. It shows that you are interested. It shows that you have information and you need more clarity. Do you know that the question I asked, the panelist couldn't even give me 100% response? He actually said he was going to go and find out. If you guys want to know the question I asked, let me know in the comment section, because you don't just, because I said ask question, don't mean you should go and ask a random question. You need to ask a question that will leave an impression in their mind. So let me know if you want me to share that question with you guys, or if you want to know what I asked them to leave that kind of lasting impression. And then other panelists asked questions as well. So the thing was, the moderator started with the questions, started with the Chevening terms and conditions that you need to know, and I will ask you to accept, and then you will accept, and then he will ask the question, maybe 2-3 questions. Then the next panelist will ask about 2-3 questions, and then the next panelist will ask about 2-3 questions as well. And after that, they'll ask you to ask your question if you have any, and then they'll tell you that, oh, they'll get back to you. And before I go, let me give you the bonus point that I was going to talk about. If you want to change your university, make sure that you inform them at the interview. because the interview is the only place that you can do that. And if you go for your interview and you do not inform them that you intend to change your university, I don't think you'll be able to change again. Why am I saying this? At the interview, they are going to ask you to confirm the universities that you applied to and their order. Which one is your first choice? Which one is your second choice? Which one is your third choice? So what I did was I went ahead to list my first, second, and third choice school and the courses. But before I allowed them to finish and ask me a different question, I told them that, however, I would like to switch my first choice to second choice and eliminate the third choice because I want to bring in a new university that I didn't include in my application. Obviously, they are going to ask you why. Man, I was prepared. I broke it down. I broke it down. I told them all the things that I thought made it necessary for me to replace my school and insert a new one. Queen Mary University was not part of the Chevening Scholarship application. I only applied to Queen Mary after I had applied to Chevening, and I realized that it had a very good ranking, especially because of my course. The lecturers there are professionals in international arbitration. They act as international arbitrators across the globe, and I just knew that I needed to be at Queen Mary. So I told them everything. Before the interview, I researched about all the advantages of choosing Queen Mary over other schools. So immediately they asked me, I was giving it to them. I was dishing it out. At the end of the day, they just said, okay, they're gonna do it. I know I've told you guys this before, that after my interview, the program officer in Nigeria actually still called me to confirm if I wanted to change my university and which one. Not everybody were able to change. So I just feel like, oh my God, God has just been so faithful. I feel like I just have God's grace. Let me know if you would like to have more videos on interview. If you have specific questions, you can ask me in the comment section and I'll do well to answer. Let me know what other video you would like me to do that would help you in the comment section. Before I go, do note that the Chevening interview is for 1 hour, and that 1 hour was exhausted. Trust me, while other people said their interview lasted for like 20-30 minutes, mine lasted for in fact, it was 1 hour, but I spent 50 minutes because at the end of 50 minutes, they asked me to exit so that they can deliberate, because I feel like they score you immediately after your interview, which is why you have to put your best foot forward. Thank you so much for staying tuned to this channel. Thank you so much for watching. Do well to give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to this channel if you're yet to do so. Also follow me on social media, because on my Instagram page, I usually just put updates. I remember during the application, I actually did a short video of how to make the scholarship application, how to open up the application and fill it and everything. That was on Instagram, that wasn't on YouTube. And if you're not following me on Instagram, you're going to miss that. You are going to miss that. Follow I am Couscous on Instagram. I also shared a video on my Chevening Scholarship Experience so far. If you haven't watched that video, you really need to watch that video, because I'm sure that based on what you want, that video may either motivate you to get ready for your Chevening Scholarship interview and be determined to get the scholarship, or it might make you think otherwise based on your priorities. So if you're yet to watch that video, I'm going to link it after this video so that you can watch, and do well to keep watching other videos of mine until I catch you in my next video. Bye. Oh God, I'm so tired. Hope you were still recording.